So earlier I was shooting some groups at 90, and I was shooting like loose hand, curled fingered sized groups at 93 arrows. Got a little cocky. And something I don't really ever practice that can be an issue in the woods is maybe having to draw and then step around something and lean instead of like getting set. Just kind of step over, lean, and execute a shot. So I'm going to be kind of drawing on this side of the post and kind of leaning over and shooting at 60 just to see like how hard it is, and it's going to be something I'm going to have to work on, I guarantee. For now, I'm just gonna do like one arrow. I don't want to be flinging them all over hell's half acre. But what I noticed, I shot a couple. I had one good shot almost exactly where this one hit. And then I had one even further left. So I'm gonna mess with having a steady foot on my left and my right just to see if it makes a difference. So at 60, that's where I hit. I mean, I'm aiming roughly for that dot there. It's obviously not going to be perfect. Even if I was shooting normal, it wouldn't be perfect, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Something to practice if you guys ever get some time or the environment that will allow you to do it. These posts here at the range work pretty good. There's nobody else here, so I shouldn't be pissing anybody off. Just gonna shoot a few more like that. I feel like that was a pretty good shot. And right now I'm using this leg to steady myself. I may try like my left leg. That may open my hips better. Right now I'm kind of fighting my bubble a little bit. It's wanting to kick over. So I may try that other leg just to see what it does. Right leg. That's where this one landed. That was a little better. I tried to manage my bubble a little bit more. That shot broke like right in here. So I'm a little bit high. I mean, my standard is kind of like a 9-inch area. So I'll cut down squares of cardboard. I cut that box down into a shitload of little squares, like 9.5 by 9.5, something like that, squares. And that's kind of my standard, you know. If I can keep my arrows inside of that for the most part, you're gonna get some flyers and it's all good. I don't really worry about it. If I can keep them in there, that's kind of like my limit. My personal limit on an animal is 70 yards. You know, I'm not comfortable making an initial shot on an animal past 70. That for me is comfortable. I shoot it a lot. I shoot fairly decent at that range, you know, for my skill level. And so I don't mind shooting that far. This one here, I'm gonna use my left leg. I'm gonna see if that helps or makes it worse. I was just wondering, because it's gonna open my hips different on my shot. I don't know if that'll help my core stabilize me and kind of level me out or not. So That one hit way better. It hit like pretty close. I didn't like it at first. It felt funny. This is my dominant leg, you know, like, so if somebody pushes me from the rear, I stop myself with my right foot. I'm left-handed. I shoot a damn bow right-handed because that's what I learned on, and I'm too dumb to switch, I guess. Left leg again. Woo! That left leg being forward helps me. It takes me a second to get it on target. There's something weird going on, but once I get it there, it was easier to hold it there. I'm not sure what all that's about, but I mean, hell, at 60, I can't even shoot better than that most days shooting normal. So that's 2 at 60. I mean, they're right there. Like I said, not getting too picky. Those are both kill shots, but I don't know. I feel like that's a decent exercise to perform when you're out shooting, like as long as you're, you know, being safe and all that. So I'm gonna try 1 arrow of each. I got my number 7 arrow. Probably not gonna be able to pick that up. Got my number 7 arrow, is gonna be with my left leg. That shot took forever to go. That's the downside sometimes of that hinge. I mean, I'm very comfortable with it, and even there, like you saw, my geometry gets off just a little bit, and it's harder to get that shot to go. Right leg. Okay, so my number 7 arrow was with my left leg, and I think it's my number 2 is with my right leg. But they both, I had a little bit of an issue with both legs. Getting my pin to get in the general area of the damn target there. So that's the 2 this time. What do we got? This is my right leg, left leg. So, I don't know. Initially I was thinking, find which leg you shoot better off and then practice that. I think that's a bad idea, because sometimes you're gonna have to use the other one. I think it's much smarter, now that I think about it, to practice both and get proficient at both. I would like to think that, I mean, that's close to my max distance for an animal, you know, on initial shot, 60 yards. I feel like both of those shots right there, you know, if they hit on an animal like an elk, where they hit there, whether they were facing left or right, those would have both been kills, you know. Like that's my target that I use to basically judge by, right? Like I said, it's a 9.5 by 9.5 square that I cut out. And when it's brand new, like I'll go through and that's 100, 90, 80. So, you know, I don't really use this because I'm gonna hit that most of the time at 60 and 70. So I don't use it for that. But at longer range, I know that, you know, 90 and 80, I have a decent chance of making like a follow-up shot, like making a good shot within that, at that distance with a broadhead. So I'm gonna do one more left leg with number 7 again. That shot broke way easier. I focused on it that time. When you're shooting like that, you're so focused on like trying to stabilize, and by the time you get on target, you stabilize, you get your pin on the target finally, and then you start executing your shot. Like, boy, it just takes too long. It's hard, but I feel like it's a good practice though. I feel like it's a pretty good practice. So this one will be number 2 with the right leg. Oh, my bow was canting like a motherfucker on that one. Oh, that was bad. Yeah, they both went pretty high. So I definitely, most shots, I'd say 3/4 at least, I shoot a little bit high, because all those shots have been breaking basically right below that dot, pretty close to it. So there it is. Man, it's tough. That's tough. All right. I'm probably gonna have to do a little bit of editing on this one. It's a little bit long, about 16 minutes. Nobody's gonna sit here and watch that shit for 16 minutes. But anyhow, it's something good to practice. You should get out there and try it if you're, you know, your situation allows. I think it's great. I mean, even if you gotta, you know, take a few hours, couple hours in the morning and, you know, take a bag target into the mountains and just fucking shooting around some actual trees and shit, that'd be good. I may do that just for practice. But anyhow, it's something to think about. Have a good one.